So today we are going to see a concept on the candlestick. Hey, we are going to see the concept on the candlestick. I'm sure most of people, they already know about what is the candlestick, and probably they know about the formation, and also probably they know about psychology. So today I'm going to take you deep. I'm going to take you deep about candlestick formation and the candlestick psychology. I want to add some things there. From what you know, I'll be adding certain things. So now, mainly when we're talking about candlestick, when we're talking about candlestick, candlestick is basically a language. Yes, I can explain it as a language used to explain or to present now changes in price. It is usually presents changes in the price in what to call a price chart. So there are various languages that can be used out of candlesticks, because someone may think maybe there's only just a candlestick in the market, the only way price changes can be indicated, but it's not like that. Sometimes price changes can be indicated by using other forms, where it may include things like the Henke Nash, the Henke Nash. We have the Henke Nash, and also we have things like the Renko charts. We have the Renko charts also. These are the forms in which price changes can also be indicated in the price charts. And also we have forms, other forms like line graphs. We have the things like the line graphs, so etc. There are a lot of them, line graphs, etc. So those are the forms in which price changes can be indicated in the price charts. So today we are going to concentrate on one form. We are going to concentrate on the candlestick. On why we are concentrating on the candlestick, because candlesticks have got they incorporate many informations. When you are trading with the candlesticks, you get many informations compared to when you are using other forms like maybe line graphs. When you are using line graphs, actually you get very few informations. Therefore, candlesticks becomes the prominent or the dominant forms of presenting price changes, because of the characteristics of incorporating many informations. So now, as we have an overview on the candlesticks, so I'm taking you straight to what are the candles, and mainly those candles, they have origin to Japan. That's why sometimes they call them as Japanese candlesticks. The Japanese candlesticks, they have a history back there, so you can find a history on them. So straightforward, I need to concentrate on formation and psychology. So on formation, actually we have two types of candles. We have two main types of candles. Now the first form of type of candle is what we call, we may have this, we call it as a bullish candle. Oh, now this is the first form in which a candle may appear in a price chart. And then we have a second type of candle. We have a bearish candle. Well, this we call it as a bearish candle. Now, as I've said, candles, they are used to present the price changes. So now bullish candle, they present price changes from the lower price, from the lower price to the higher price. Now from the lower price to the higher price, actually those changes, they are indicated by bullish candle. But when price changes from the higher price, from the higher price to lower price, actually those changes, they are indicated by a bearish candle. So now this is all about the major types of candles that exist in a price chart. So now from there, as these are the forms of language used to present price changes, so they can have digits, they can have values, but some informations, they are not presented by values. They have got certain specific structure. So you have to be able to read those information presented by a specific structure. So one of the major form, or one of the major information carried by candles is color. So now mainly based on color. Now based on color, bullish candles, they are commonly or mostly presented by green color. they are mostly or commonly presented by green color, but in some charts, and it's mainly by default in some charts, you can find there is white color. In some charts you can find white color presenting a bullish candle. And then a bearish candle is usually presented by red color. Now it is presented by red color. Now in most charts, now most people mainly they prefer using red color to present bearish candle, but some use black candles, black color. Now they use black color to present bearish candle. So if it's just your first time you open charts, when you see green color, it means price was changing from the lower price to higher price. It means it is bullish. Or you see white color, and when you see red color, it means price was changed from the higher price to the lower price. It means it is bearish, or you can see it in a black color. So this is one among of the major information when you want to read the candle. I'm explaining things on how to read the candle, but mainly I will dig deeper on reading candle after understanding formation. After understanding formation, I'll add things on how to read candle, and this will take us directly to what we call the candlestick psychology. So now let's go straight to formation. Let's understand the formation of candles. Now, to understand this, I'm taking you to a practical area, an area where we will do things practically. In this area where we are going to do things practically, I need you to understand how candle formation and how those information incorporated with the candle can be seen. And mainly I'll take a scenario of a bullish candle. So now, as I've said, a bullish candle is the one that indicates price changes from the lower price to the higher price. So now I'm going to take that scenario. We'll have this background, no problem at all. So we'll play with the background, no problem. The background is black, no problem. So price changes from the lower price to the higher price. So if there's such scenario, so we expect a candle will open somewhere. Now a candle may open somewhere like that. So once the candle has opened, if it is bullish, now it will straightforward appear. If the price changes is an increase from, let's say, if the price is increasing now, totally the candle will appear as green. So if the price keeps on increasing, we expect the candle will still appear green. So now let's say the price has changed up to that particular level. After having those changes up to that particular level, we expect that our price now, and now it is in a common scenario. Price in most cases do not keep on pushing in the same direction all the time. So price may push back and forth. So it keeps going up and going down, So maybe it has pushed up to that area, so it will push down again. You see, it may push back down. So when it push down, it leaves something at the top there. So this thing which is left back there when the candle is pushing down, this is what we call a shadow. Sometimes it's known as tail. It's known as a shadow, or it is known as tail. So if price it keeps on moving up again, it may move and cover that tail. It may move beyond and cover that tail, or it may move and maybe ends up at a certain area and not to that particular level where it touched. But it will still remain to be a bullish candle. Yes, that's a straightforward, the straightforward formation of a bullish candle. But when a bullish candle is under formation, let's say this is a daily candle. I will take a scenario of a daily candle. So if a day has not ended, So this candle will keep on being formed. So during its formation, it may keep on moving up and down, up and down. Sometimes now, I need to show you something, and I need to label some things there. Now we have said that here it was where the candle opened. So the position where the candle opened, we call it as opening price. We call it as an opening. Now let me write there. We call this as an opening price. An opening price. We call this as an opening price. So the position where the candle opened, we call it as an opening price. So this is the opening price of the day. So now if the price will keep on praying above the opening price of the day, now the candle will remain green. Now the candle will remain green if the price will keep on playing above the opening price. So sometimes now a candle may push down. You see, a candle may push down. It means it may move below the opening price. It may push down and move below the opening price. So when the price moves below the opening price of a day, now a candle now is going to change. A color of a candle now is going to change. Now it changes into green. Now I've changed it into green because I'm using green and red. Green for bullish and red for bearish. So if the price will move below the opening of a day, let's say it can be a minute or anything else, but I'm taking a scenario of a day. So if it moves below, now it will turn into bearish candle. It will turn into bearish candle. So now this bearish candle, it may keep on moving. It may keep on moving up and down or anywhere around. So when it pushes up to a certain area, you will find that it will leave a shadow again. So now it will leave a shadow or a tail. So now we'll have two tails, one tail above and another tail below. So the lower tail, now this tail which is below, now this will be a lower shadow. This will call it as we will call this as a lower shadow. Then put that something there. This is known as a lower shadow now. A lower shadow. I need the text now. Now this is the lower shadow, or a lower tail now. A lower shadow or a lower tail. And then as it was pushing to the top, we had something there. And now this is what to call the upper shadow. This is what to call the upper shadow. The upper tail or the upper shadow now. The upper shadow. So now we have those two areas. I'm labeling those major areas. I'm putting labels on those major areas. So remember those areas because they are very, very useful when we come to psychology of the candle. They are very useful when we come to psychology of the candle. So now after having this shadow, now price may move again beyond the shadow. So if it moves again beyond the shadow, so until the end of the day, if it will be still down, now this candle will close as bearish again. It will be no longer a bullish candle as I started an idea of a bullish candle. So if a day ends up while the price is lower than the opening price of the day, so it will close as a bearish candle. But I need to show the scenario of a bullish candle. But during formation of a bullish candle, you have to understand those pullbacks, ups and down. So now the price now may change again. Now a price may change again, may rise up, may move above the opening price of a day. A price may move above the opening price of a day. It's where it will change into bullish candle again. And now we need to understand the scenario of a bullish candle. So that bullish candle will keep on moving up. And then it may move above the upper shadow. So if it moves above the upper shadow, it may close at that area covering the upper shadow, or it may close by a pullback. It may close above that area covering the shadow, or it may close with a pullback. It may pull back a little bit lower. So if it pulls back, we will remain with the upper shadow as usual. And now let's say the day has ended. If the day has ended there, so the candle will close. There will be no longer any movement that will take place within this candle. There will be no any movement that take place within this candle. So it has closed now. So if it has closed, we had this area. We had this as an opening price. Then now we had this area that was moving up and down. We had this area that was moving, yes, this one was moving up and down. So if it has closed at this area, now it has closed and there's no any movement that's taking place. So here we will have what we call a closing price. Here we will have what we call a closing price. So if we are dealing with a daily candle, so this is a closing price of a day. This will be a closing price of a day. After having that closing price of the day, then we will have something there. And this is what we call a body of a candle. This is what we call a body of a candle now. A body of a candle. Now something like that. A body of a candle. So after having other things, now we know about the structure. But still we can add other things. We can add other few things about the structure. I need to move to psychology, but I will still have other things that we're supposed to know in a formation or in a structure. About the formation we are through now, we have already have informations about those major areas of movement of the candle. It may move this side, but at the end of the day, it may end up there. So in its structure now, a candle will have other things. We have the upper shadow, the lower shadow. So we have the opening price and the closing price. So we will have other things like this one, this area at the peak of the shadow, at the peak of the shadow. So at the peak of the shadow in a downside, and since we are dealing with the daily candle, so this will be the lower price of the day. So this will be the lower price of a day. This will be the lower price of a day because we are dealing with the daily candle. At the peak of the shadow here is what we call the lower price of a day. And then above there, we have a shadow also at the top of the upper shadow. At the top of the upper shadow, we'll have another thing, and this is what we call the higher price of the day because we are dealing with the daily candle. This will be the higher price of the day, the higher price of a day, So we have those two things that we can add: the higher price of a day, the higher price of a day, the lower price of a day. So those they indicate now the higher price of a day indicates the highest price of a day, the highest price reached in a particular day. If we are dealing with the daily candle, if it is a minute also, we will have the higher price of a minute. It means the highest price reached in a particular minute or day or hour or anything else. So here also we'll have a lower price. It means the lowest price reached in a particular day. It is indicated by this peak of a shadow, But a lower shadow is this one, straightforward specifically, and the upper shadow is this one, straightforward specifically. So we'll have things like this. And the final thing that you're supposed to know, is the distance now. The distance now. I can present this live now. The distance from this peak now. I present this one. I don't know if you get me. So now, what I need you to get here is the distance between the higher price of the day. Now, the distance between the higher price of the day, the distance from the higher price of the day to the lower price of the day, this distance is what we call the range, the price range, the range of the day or anything else. This is what we call a price range, but those are things that are very far, very beyond. This is what we call the pricey range, or range of the candle. If it is the daily candle, maybe the price range of the day or anything else. It means in a particular day, the price has ranged from this particular area, the lowest one, and also it has ranged up to that particular area, the highest one. So these are what we call the range of a day. So it has nothing important to do with the candle, but what you're supposed to know is just a range where the price has played within a particular day or minute. Range, price, oh, what are you doing there? It is a price range. It is a price range, and then I can add of a day. It is a price range of a day because we are dealing with a daily candle. So now, up to this point, I'm sure everybody is aware with a candle and is able to a certain extent to read the candle. Is able to a certain extent to read the candle. So I'm taking you straight to the idea of how to read the candle. So now, how to read the candle, you're supposed to know all of those things there. The price has pushed up, why it has pushed down again, why it leave a shadow, and other things. So now, example, you want to read this bullish candle. You already know that this is bullish candle. So you want to read it. To read it, it means you want to get informations presented by this candle. This candle carries a lot of information. So you want to get those informations carried by this candle. So now, to read this candle, first of all, you have to understand all the major parts. You have to understand all the major parts of the candle. Example, we have this upper shadow. You have to understand why there is upper shadow. We have the lower shadow. You have to understand why there is a lower shadow. We have the body of the candle. You have to understand why the body of the candle appears like that. And here it's where we go straight to the idea of psychology of the candle. So now, what is the psychology of this candle? Now, stay active to this area. It's very important. So the psychology is like that. Price opened there at the opening price. Now, in any way, maybe when it opened, maybe sellers pushed it down up to that area there. Maybe it was like that. Or maybe it opened there, buyers pushed it up. Then the sellers come in, pushed it down again beyond the opening price. Maybe in any way. But we are going to look at the fate. We are going to look what was the fate of the candle. So now, it may be it was pushed in anyway, but price was able to move up to a certain area to the top. Then it moved maybe down again beyond that area. Then it moved up and closed there, the closing price. We have the closing price there. So it closed up to that area there. So now, after closing at that area, it's where now we can interpret the psychology of this candle. Now, the psychology of this candle is like, it will be like, now buyers and sellers, they had equal power. To a certain extent. They balanced. Sellers and buyers, they balanced. They had equal power. The psychology of this candle, because you'll find that buyers pushed up, sellers pushed down again. Then in the lower side, sellers pushed down, then buyers pushed up again. So the candle remained to a set at the intermediate now. The body of the candle remained at the middle part. So here indicates to a certain extent an equal power. But this power is not exactly equal, because it seems like buyers took control. But their control was not so powerful. Because we expect the next candle, it may be pushed down again. So buyers, they are in control, but their control is not so powerful. If now the closing price was at the same area with the higher price or the high price of the day, now we expect that buyers would have been in a powerful control. But if buyers pushed up to this area, then the sellers come in pushing buyers down. So it means buyers, they had the power, but they lost that power. They failed to have a full control of pushing price up. So now, interpreting this, we will have an equal power. an equal power. We'll interpret this as there's an equal power, but buyers probably they are still in control. So to understand the direction or to anticipate the direction, we should include this candle plus the next candle. The next candle will show us now what was next after the closing price. Sellers maybe came in again pushing it down, or buyers came again pushing it above. So the next candle will give us information about what next after formation of this. So after having the next candle, we can anticipate the direction of the market. So that's how you get what you call psychology of the candle, and that's how you read the candle. That's how you read the candle. You read the candle, you read the candle, you read the candle, then you go on. So now this is a very special session, and I've done it because of the blessing that I've come today. Today is Sunday. So I was blessed. It's the day for blessing. So I was blessed to share with you this content. So I'm sure it is helpful and it's useful. It's going to take you to a next level in trading. It's going to push you to somewhere else, to the point that you are not before. Probably it will add things. It will add things to you. So if it is useful, please click the thumb up button. It means you have to like this video, and also you have to share it, and also you can put a comment if you have any additional thing, because in the next session I will come up with the idea of candlestick patterns. We'll see various forms in which candles can arrange themselves in the price chart. So you can have this candle with the next candle, with the next candle, and other things. So today we have interpreted a single candle. So in the next session, we'll be able to interpret a group of candles. Maybe a single candle, or sometimes can be a group of candles. So get ready for that session, and thank you for your time. Welcome again.